Wise. Sort of wise here. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Tales of Fumbles Fortunes. I hope everything is working, because it's been a couple of weeks.
Including your voice.
Yeah, my voice is back. Hooray.
Hooray.
But I don't know if anything else is working. I got new headphones as well. I have to laugh at myself. These are new old headphones.
Are those Turtle Beach?
No, these are Logitech's.
Okay, now I see, yeah.
The G... I forgot what one say on there. I got the box still somewhere. But these are the ones I originally had when I was streaming, where these clasp bits broke around the head, and on stream, like, literally one entire ear cup fell off.
Oof.
Oh, yeah, I've had that with some headsets in the past. I think I've had that with this headset that I use at the moment in the past. But luckily, there's still just enough tension in the band that I can reattach them.
Now, I don't know what happened, like, the full-on clip split, and, like, there was no way of putting it back together again.
Oh, dear.
It was very disappointing. But yes.
So how are you making our lives hell today?
I don't know. I need to figure that out.
It's
Or
the
you
question.
your lives hell?
The question is the question's not how is he going to make our lives hell. The question is how are we going to make our own lives hell for ourselves without the DM's intervention? That's the real question.
Listen to the maniac. The maniac has a point.
Yeah.
I'm not sure 2 hours of role-played introspection is going to be all that entertaining.
Oh, I don't know. I mean...
Part of me's wondering if that would just be the whole basis now of a Space Marine movie. Because that's the majority of Space Marine books.
Just a Space Marine quietly sitting on a rock doing the philosopher pose. No, the thinker, sorry.
The thinker pose. Yeah, the thinker. Yeah.
Oh god, I just realised so God knows that Henry Cavill's now doing something with I can't remember if it's Amazon Prime or Netflix for Warhammer 40k. But part of me wonders if that is literally going to be it. It's just going to be 2 hours of Henry Cavill sitting there, flicking through the Codex Astartes. Just flip.
Oh, see, I'm looking. I need to pick up the new Rogue Trader game. Because if anyone's wondering, that's where my handle comes from, is the tabletop RPG Rogue Trader. So I used to run that, and back when it was in the Coronis Expanse and all that stuff, so I know the lore there really well, and I'm really hyped to actually just play that.
I saw it come up in my Steam feed the other day. I was like, oh my god, why is this not come up before?
It only came out.
Who made
then.
it? The same guys that made Pathfinder, Kingmaker, and Path of the Righteous? Damn right. Okay, that's on wishlist. So, if anybody's not got it for me by Christmas, I'm buying it myself.
I might even, depending on how hype it makes me, I might even be willing to run a one-shot for this lot. So y'all can be weird 40k characters.
Are we allowing all the books from Fantasy Flight?
Of course.
He says lovingly at his Deathwatch collection.
All I'm saying is I will be an asshole to anyone who plays an orc.
I will not be playing a green skin.
Tau lesser.
And I shall be playing a Tau with a laser gun. A cow.
Hang on, what?
I've forgotten which book it was. A friend of mine's got it because he went to a Black Library event. They were handing it out. It's like the official Astra Militarum handbook. And it's full of all these little things like, please bless your ammo before you fire it. There is no such thing as a plasma safety failure. And then under Tau it says, the Tau are completely worthless. Their guns can't shoot straight and they are just basically cows. For they have cloved feet.
This is the same code textbook that refers to the fact that orcs pound for pound are weaker than humans.
Yep.
Yep.
And everything will be fine, lads, as long as you fix your bayonets and give them a good shanking. That exact same book. It says word for word in there that the Tau are bovine, for they have closed feet.
I hate how well I know the 40k lore that I knew it was going to be the same book. It's the only thing.
No, it's fine. It's a good thing, because it means the lore is fully understandable.
And of course, that book denies the existence of chaos and chaos space marines, all that stuff. That doesn't exist.
Exactly. Anyway, speaking of the grim darkness of the far future, in the grim darkness of the current year of this D&D game, that one got away from me a bit, and I'm not embarrassed by it. You wonderful band of misfits were venturing across their brain, had ventured through the demi-plane of Tartarus to go recover a soul of Alien's husband. Failing that, you then got separated and managed to recover and regroup back on the material plane somewhere out in the wilds. Over the course of your rejoining, you found that the elements were still out of balance, and that something is still going drastically wrong, and have decided to go and fix it. You have ventured from there, from the prime material plane to the plane of air, wherein you were picked up by a travelling merchant ship that was hauling an element known as thorium, useful for powering machinery and lighter than aircraft. May cause mild ear bleeding and electroshock therapy if you strike it too hard. And found that their Titan, an Elder Tempest, has gone from being just a force of nature to outright destruction on the plane, to the point that a whole city has gone bye-bye. And when we last left off, I believe you all gotten slightly drunk in a tavern, had a long rest, and were picking up in the day. Because that's as far as my brain remembers. Like most records, I just remember that just as we started drinking. So yes, the day is yours, boys and girls. Do as you will.
I can't remember what Tink was last working on. I think she was working on making something and cannot remember what it is.
I can't remember what it was
either. So maybe she will be studying.
Well, there was a compass that I don't know whether she's fixed. I don't know whether she and Eppa were working on something together. And
Compass, I want to say, was fixed. Compass was the first thing she fixed.
Okay.
Well,
compass, retractable trident.
Yeah, retractable trident.
Well, anyway, is there any body of water nearby?
There is not, sadly. The plane of air is rather devoid of fresh spring or fresh water in wells and whatnot. It's normally just brought in by the barrel from somewhere else.
Oh, that's alright. No, Tink just wondered if we were by a body of water that, you know, she might go for a swim. It's been out of water a little bit too long.
I don't know why I can't shake this image of Tink like constantly scratching, going, my skin is so dry.
Yeah.
Need to moisturise.
Salt water. Salt water. Can't be doing with all this freshwater stuff.
I mean, I don't know how you feel about it, but I could summon a water elemental and you could have a bath in him. Or them. Or her. I don't know. I don't know what gender the water elemental would be.
That sounds very kinky. I'm just gonna step inside you.
Dear God.
No, not me. I'm going to summon an elemental. I'm not going to become one. Oh, Tink,
no, not you. I know, but I still imagining a water elemental in like a human body shape. You know.
Buy a fella a drink before you make a pass at them. Jesus. Oh. Wait, no, you bought me drinks last night. Oh my.
Oh, Tink will just study then. She'll study and see what she can come up with. And you.
I need to remember actually. I want to say you have a feature that could do this. But let me dig up your character sheet. Carry on whilst I go digging.
That's alright.
Oh, I see it. Aha, I've been informed that Foxy has a nasty headache.
Mm.
Features. Artificer, what did you do?
So just to ask amongst the party, are we all just sort of having a quiet morning before we do stuff, or what are we
I think
thinking?
that's the idea. I don't imagine we're all sort of getting up together and what have you. A path might cross.
Das will just sit at the front of a ship and just caw like a rooster or so. And no, not really. No, not really. Nah, I kid. I think
Considering on the plane of it, and most of the people like bird-like people, like Arakocra and Kenku and things like that, there is one that looks suspiciously like a rooster. Like, we're talking the full foghorn leghorn.
Oh god, did I just insult an entire race of people?
Comes up to you, Daz, and goes, I say, son, I found that mildly offensive. The morning call is cock-a-doodle-doo. Now you gotta say it with me, son.
Cock-a-doodle-doo?
Louder than that, boy. Put your lungs into it. And he even smacks you in the back to force you to stand up straight. Go straight in your back, boy. You gotta breathe from the diaphragm.
I don't.
For some of you, it's the
shout...
funniest shit you've ever seen.
Yeah, I don't want to shout. I don't want to shout too loud. That Das will just almost scream like cock-a-doodle-doo, just because he just finds this rooster dude incredibly intimidating.
This is off topic ever so slightly, but I bring home a lot of broken animals and ornaments and that from work, and each of them get christened with a name. My dad named the cockerel Foghorn.
Nice.
Foghorn Leghorn.
Foghorn.
So we have Foghorn,
fitting name.
The wire cockerel.
I mean, either way, Das would be outside on the deck, just taking in the fact that yes, he is on a ship, but he's on an airship. I don't know. He's just like a kid. He's just like a hyperactive kid that has just been fed all the sweets that you could possibly eat in a sweet store, and is just allowed to run around the toy store just playing with anything that playing with anything that he could get his greasy little paws on, or hands, whatever.
No.
Yeah.
Digging around, by the way, Chris, you being the alchemist type of artificer, you can in fact just go ahead and make yourself some skin cream to make yourself all saltwater fresh.
Yeah, I could do that. I could make some.
Couldn't Aelin Druid craft some too?
That you could. Certainly Druid craft up some ingredients as well.
There you go.
So there you go. The two of you can give Tinker a nice saltwater sponge bath at least. I shall let Rule 34 do what it wants with that.
Yeah.
I think whilst that's all being prepared, I think Eppa's just sort of finishing his studies on the spell storing enchantment that he was studying. He made some progress on it the last time we actually had a moment to sit down. And I think he's just actually really happy just to be like, I can write my notes. Oh, thank goodness.
And then
This is true. Go ahead and give me an Arcana check, Eppa, for that final step.
Oh, that was 18 on the die! No! That's a 14 in total.
It's the most irritating thing in the world. You're looking at the formula and it's like, why is it not adding up? Where have I gone wrong?
I think it's because of Dash screaming, "I'm the king of the world!" Probably putting them off.
Oh.
Right, at the front of a ship, of course.
I mean, I don't know if it would intrigue Dash. There is a massive ship in the dock right now, dubbed the Dreadnought.
So I think we
Go
joked last
on.
session about stealing that.
Oh
Go
god.
on.
It is an airship. It is armed with 8 guns on pivots.
Cows with guns?
No, sadly not cows with guns. Birds with guns.
Damn.
Oh.
But
Hey,
yes,
man.
it is the biggest ship in the dock right now.
Ooh.
It makes the big claw look like a teeny little claw.
I could put the big claw on top of the dreadnought and make 2 ships in one. It'll be the shipping of the century.
Oh, okay. For a second, I thought I was having a flashback, but that's a different pun.
Technically, that would be a cargo because it's not going by land.
I mean, true. Either way, it has sailed.
Yeah.
It has absolutely sailed, and I love it.
But yes, it is an 8-gunned behemoth. It looks amazing.
Alan,
Huh?
can you help me make sense of this? I can't figure out this bit of a formula.
I could try.
Go ahead and give me an Arcana check, Aelin, to help Eppa try and figure out the final steps of Enchanted or Spell Story.
Don't fuck me, Gil.
He waits eagerly for Gil.
Fucking hell! You did not get fucked by Gil.
No, I got the, that was the very first roll from the, new Red Dragon dice from D&D Beyond.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
And after a couple of seconds after you roll, a big red dragon comes, takes the dice, roars, and flies off, leaving a big flaming crater. Really
Oh my
cool.
God.
That is cool.
How do I activate those sort of dice? I
You
worry
need to
about
go to D&D Beyond, go to Collections, My Dice, and then if you've got it, it'll be in there.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it appeared in my collection as a subscriber gift.
Yeah.
I
Good
got
subs
the Elder
get a new
Flame.
dice every month.
Elder Flame dice, that sounds fun.
Yeah, they're fun. I personally prefer the Mimic dice.
Those are fun. Oh shit, my subscription's due in a few days. They're gonna want money. Damn.
Oh no.
Money.
Exactly. What's this bill paying shit? I didn't sign up for it.
Slightly off topic
That
before I
nothing
describe
sucks.
the moment that Aelin helps Eppa crack the formula. I saw someone come up with a brilliant idea, by the way. Crap, I forgot the thing now. Microtransactioning your D&D game. The DM describing something and the player going, I want to check out the next town over the hill. I'm sorry, the open world costs you $25.
Oh god, that's not even microtransactions, that's just EasyJet.
But anyway, Aelin, as you go to help Ethel with his formula, you look over it, and it's literally... Oh, you've literally forgot to carry them on. Your final thing would be that. And you just make one edit, and Eppa, it all just clicks in your brain.
Thank Christ. Okay. Right, I need something. Eppa just like grabs anything. It could be an ashtray, it could be his wand. It's probably gonna be his wand. He's just like, right, okay.
Wait, you're grabbing your wand in public? My god, man. We're decent folk around here.
Actually, in fairness, Eppa does not use a wand. He actually just uses a crystal. So he just puts like his little crystal arcane focus on the tabletop. And he's just like, right, okay. Have you got comprehend languages prepared, either of you two?
I think I do.
What language is it?
No, you do not have comprehend languages available, Kristen.
I don't think I do either.
And Aelin.
I might be thinking Nori, to be fair.
I don't think I do.
Oh, damn, I thought one of you did.
No, but if you want something blown up, I got a guiding bolt ready to go.
You know what? I'll just, I'm gonna practice and put something else in here. But damn it, I'm gonna learn to read that. Bloop book.
Well, tomorrow, one of us, I'm sure, could have it.
But yeah, otherwise Eppa will spend the rest of whatever little downtime we're having this morning putting some sort of level of spell storing on his little crystal.
Alright then. What level? What?
Aelin will be reading the Viridus's tome.
Oh, reading the book.
Reading
big
the
fancy
book.
Okay, so I've got a couple of things to get on with here. First of all, Eppa, what spell are you going to store in the wand?
Well, I'm gonna give it level 2 spell storing.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I'm gonna double check because I wanted to do comprehend languages, and I think I know what level that spell is, even if I can't cast it.
I want to say that's...
First or second?
First.
It's very low
It's
level.
first.
Oh, is it third?
Cool. It's first.
Okay, yeah.
Cool. In which is because it's the most similar to the example he's been working from, which is that crossbow heavy.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to put spell storing 2 on it, but I think for the day, just to make sure that he's able to test it, he's going to put a little Misty Step in there.
Okay. So over the course of the morning, you finish the last little bits of inscribing work and channel what you know to be Misty Step into the crystal, and it seems to bond. Does have a slight glow to it now.
Whereas an arcane focus already did. But yeah. No.
And there's even more of a glow now. It's like a small glow stick.
Alright, now it's...
Yeah, Das is having a whale of a time when we're at a city that's just basically all airships. These are all flying. These are amazing. How do they fly? How do they work? How can I capture one?
How can I get one? Without paying a substantially incredible amount of money for it. Wait, we have a lot of money. We could
That's
probably
my
buy
money.
one.
Das also has the bag of holding.
Yeah, this is true! This is true.
I need to take that
You know-
off him.
Oh, you know what? I kind of want to buy a flying ship.
Oh,
I
God.
call it the big claw 2.
The high five.
The high five. Yes. 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 Miamor. Yes. The high five. Yep.
It's
That's
either
it.
going to be that or Thunderbird 2, whichever one works.
No, high five. No, I've decided. Yep, it's going to be called the high five. It's going to be great.
Not
no,
not the little rock.
No,
That's actually better. I like the Little Rock.
the little
The
rock.
DM vetoes the Little Rock will be the name of this boat.
What?
No matter what Das does, every time he paints on a new name, it just changes to Little Rock. It refuses to be called anything else.
I don't know. Like, either way, actually, how much money does Das have in his inventory? And possibly think about spending the rest of the money on a boat.
But anyway,
So How much do boats cost?
These
Lots.
airships, fair bit.
How much is a fair bit?
Yeah.
Asking around that if for a small ship of the size of a small sloop, for example, you're looking at least $3,500.
So I have 2,154 electrum pieces. I'm not quite sure how much is equivalent to.
If you click on the money on your D&D Beyond character sheet, it does actually give you a breakdown into gold.
Right. So.
And also you had 2,154 silver.
Oh. Either
So total in
way.
gold you have 804.
Right. I'm gonna need to commit so many crimes to get that ship.
Right, that's a thing set up now.
Yeah, Das is
Kill
gonna
Elder Tempest, get paid, get flying sloop back home.
Yeah, Das is gonna come up with a way of getting a flying airship. He's decided. It's gonna be great.
I don't know why, but I can see Das's entire thing written out in crayon of do crimes, avoid capture, question mark, profit.
Yes! Yeah, that is exactly how I imagine Das like doing it.
In crayon, but also like the backwards letters and everything.
And also stick figures, like representing each of the party members.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
There you go, there's some fat up for people I'm sure. That's his childish property things.
Mm. Yes. I have decided.
Anyway, Aiden, as you're going through Viridus's tome, at this point, I'm going to need to pull you into a private room for a minute.
Ooh.
So,
Oops.
Fancy.
I moved the wrong person. My apologies.
so here's the plan.
Hi.
Hi.
No one else can hear us. It is just you and I in here. Mwahaha.
Brian.
Plug your ears. Okay, there are three of us in here, but one of us is going to have to plug your ears and not listen. So, as you are going through the tome, and you're flicking through all the pages where it's going through, at this point it's going through the life cycles of basic plants, rock cycle, rain cycle, all that usual nonsense. You hear a voice creep into the back of your mind. And it just sits and goes, interesting. I wasn't expecting someone to hold on for this long. Tell me, are you interested in becoming one of my followers?
Do I recognize the voice?
No, you do
Is
not.
Was it Viridus?
You do not recognize the voice. You can assume it's Viridus.
May I make a religion check?
You may indeed.
I haven't made one of these yet, but there's always a first time. That wasn't it!
Like I said, you can assume it's Viridus.
Aw, I didn't get the dragon that time. I guess that's just on that 20. Balin will think about it for a moment. What does becoming one of your followers entail?
Not much. Just keep the world strong through nature. Grow forests. Keep crops fertile. Try and keep cities to a reasonable size. Certainly a better deal than whatever Demeter's given you.
Can I think about it?
Of course. When you're ready and willing to accept, just turn to page 5. There'll be a full contract written out and all you have to do is sign. Could be with ink or in blood or even in sap if you prefer.
Ink won't work?
No, I said you can do it in ink. Ink, blood, sap, whatever. Just write it in something. Leave a mark of your own. Just don't damage the pages. They took me a while to make.
Oof. How would you inside a check a voice?
Just roll me an inside check.
Okay, these dice are going in dice jail. They started out so strong.
Just
Aelin believes her, but is still hesitant to leave Demeter's side, or not Demeter's side. Hesitant to switch allegiances, shall we say? But she's not. She hasn't said no.
well, consider this a signing up bonus. There's a Storm Giant's. Well, I would say a palace, but it's more of a ruin these days. Not so far from your location. If you could charter a ship for yourselves, make your way out there. There'll be an item of great power for you and your friends. You'll know it when you see it. It's a bit raggedy, it's seen better days, but...
It could be mended, I suppose. Perhaps, depending on what it is.
Like I said, just go check out this old Storm Giant's place. I think you'll like it when you see it.
Okay. I'm willing to give it a shot. Just have to ask the rest of the party.
Until then, I shall leave you in peace. And I'm just going to throw you back up with the others.
Was.
Surprise!
Why? I'm like, why?
I could see it, I guess.
And then he was like, "Oh, the green-haired dude and Aesop, the other one." And I'm like, "You do realise that I've been searching Shanks and Mihawk?" And he's like, "Who are they again?" And then I reminded him, it's like, "Yeah, that figure's actually with you, Christy."
I do love how those two seem to have divorced gay couple vibes.
Yeah.
Also, welcome back to. Are we welcome? Are we back? Are you back?
We're all back.
All back
We're all
together.
back. Just jump in on that. We were just talking about the live action One Piece. I finished it the weekend, so I'm kind of in like a One Piece hole at the minute.
I'm still hurt over the Cowboy Bebop live action, and I refuse to watch any anime live action adaptation.
You're safe. You're safe with this one.
Yeah, you are. It is so good. It's best way I can describe it to people. I keep on telling people, if you had like Asterix and Obelix films, so you know that style of like kind of like thing, but Pirates of the Caribbean.
Okay.
Okay.
It is literally like a mixture of those two things. It is brilliant.
Okay.
Might give it a watch then.
Yeah.
But anyway.
No, really try it. It is really, really good.
So yes, Aiden's having a conversation with a voice inside her head. I don't know whether she's having this conversation out loud or not. What about the rest of the maniacs? What about the Animaniacs?
I think Epic during this entire thing is still preparing that enchantment, because I can't imagine it's done in like 2 seconds flat.
No.
You were saying about rings, weren't you, as well?
That, I imagine, will take a lot longer downtime than
Yeah.
whatever's happening this morning.
Das is just plotting. Just plotting things. And you can...
Yeah.
And anyone within earshot can hear the occasional giggle that you don't know whether it sounds maniacal or just innocent enough.
It's Dask. It could totally be both.
Yeah, that's true.
We're very used to it.
Mm-hmm. Council 1 must be meeting again. And speaking of meetings, so you know how, God, it seems like eons ago,
Aww.
when I acquired a tome from Viridis, and she'll hold up the book. Well, Viridis just told me about the ruin of a storm giant's palace, not too far from here. And she was being very coy about it, but there's something, powerful artifact
Okay,
she alluded to that would be of interest to us.
I was just
So-
raising
I just
his
thought-
little claw. Who's
Are you,
who's Veridus, and do we need to get you checked to see that you're not turning into that? And points vaguely towards where Das's voice is coming from.
Can I just ask out of character?
Mm.
Can I ask out of character? Where are we on the timeline? We're post original party Viridis, aren't we?
Oh yes, you're very post
Yes,
original party
yeah.
Viridis.
Way past. Yeah, no. I was like, we're post, aren't we? We are
Yeah.
definitely post original
Yes,
party.
yes. There's
yeah.
not been any prime dragon sightings for over 1,000 years.
Yeah.
I don't know. Just got this
'Cause
image of
obviously
Das.
I know her from that, but
Yeah.
you know, we don't. But our characters don't know that.
Indeed, as far as your characters are concerned, it's the name of a dragonborn deity.
Just imagining Das ascending into like true dragon Jesus.
Das is
Or like-
Das is
or-
currently
or-
doing like the child's puzzle book, and he's maniacally laughing because he's finding all the buried treasures that are hidden throughout.
He's lying on his stomach like a little kid would, like like with a crayon on each hand, not a crayon in one hand and his hand stabilizing the pen. No, crayons in both hands.
Colouring around the lines.
Okay, let me rephrase that. The Orphic Dionysian, or the Bacchanal, true dragon god of madness. Because that's what Dionysus originally was. He was a madness god. And that is
Yeah.
so fun. Sorry.
So you're saying that would be Das if he ascended to deityhood?
I mean,
I don't think there's any other option. Madness and probably piracy. Think if Dionysus and Poseidon were merged into one.
If Poseidon and Dionysus decided to have a baby together and it turns out to be a reptile, like that's kind of, I don't know, a thing.
Is there a version of Dionysus where Poseidon is his dad?
No,
No,
it's
there
generally Zeus. Yeah,
Yeah, it's normally the mum that changes, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Yeah, because
Wasn't,
randomly there's like an Aphrodite one, which I'm like, okay.
Didn't she just rise out of the sea?
Yeah.
Yes.
From
So
the scrotum of Cronus? No.
Poseidon?
Well, so she rises from sea foam.
Yeah,
attribute-
but it's one of the gods' balls that get thrown into the
Yeah.
creator.
My brain
So-
can't remember the name of the god. I know it's Cronus that cuts it off with the adamantium sickle.
If it's that, then it'd be oh god, that'd be Uranus?
I can't remember. I just know that's the deity, and I just remember overly sarcastic pointing out that Aphrodite now forever showers with a 1,000-yard stare.
No, so interestingly, that whole thing of like Aphrodite rising from the sea and all that stuff is meant to be like an analogy to the fact that Aphrodite is an import goddess.
Mm-hmm.
And if you take a look at like the theological history of the monomyth of Aphrodite, it's really great because like starts off as Ishtar, comes over through like Cyprus and Crete to southeastern the southeastern Peloponnese, which is why there's a very different version of a Spartan Aphrodite that is both goddess of the tender passions but also a goddess of war. Which is very much the case of what Ishtar did, because Ishtar covered war, passion, and also marriage. But marriage was covered by Hera, so Aphrodite in Greece couldn't be that. So basically, Aphrodite to Spartans was hot muscle mummy dom goddess, whilst the rest of Greece went, we can't have that. Can't have that at all. Because she doesn't actually turn up in the in any Mycenaean crockery. Sorry, that's just me going off on one.
Yeah,
I was going to say, if we have her turn up in our campaign, can we make her the version from the Hercules TV series, cartoon TV series, where she's voiced by Lisa Kudrow? So essentially Phoebe.
yeah.
Only if she's seeing Smelly Cat.
Yeah, well, clearly that's what's got to happen.
Did any of you guys ever play Black and White when you were younger?
No.
Are you all vaguely familiar with it as a concept?
I can vaguely remember it, but that's about it. I'm not quite sure about everybody else. I want to say no.
So Black and White was a game about being a god. You get summoned into the world via a prayer. And the idea is that you and your creature resemble your actions in the world, which in turn are meant to be indicative of what people are praying for. And I do sort of love the idea that like you can have totally different societies worshipping the same god by name, but essentially that god then develops a split personality as one worships them in one very distinct way, as like, oh yeah, they're our loving protector god, and the other one is, they will slaughter all who come before us. They're both war gods, but one is when one is hanging out with one group of friends, decidedly more toxic. To the point that you could actually just have them split apart and then meet, and it's just like, oh dear, you're a troublesome one, aren't you? You're a pansy, and just having an argument and fight each other. I kind of love that idea. It's truly insane god bullshit.
But in any case, back to the thing at hand. Viridis. Viridis is a dragonborn goddess, green dragon, responsible for nature and all the good and bad with it.
And she speaks to you?
Yeah. Your deity doesn't occasionally have a chat with you?
We don't talk anymore.
You don't talk about Bruno.
First rule of Bruno Club?
God, the idea of Eppa worshipping Bruno from Encanto. It's not out of line.
So, it may be worth checking out. At least it's a direction of where to go. Something to do.
I mean,
Yeah.
makes sense to me. I mean, probably just as practical as trying to get a meeting with whoever's in charge of the city. Frankly, probably less awkward. Where is the temple? Is it where all the elven ruins are?
She said all she said was not far from here, and to basically hire an airship to take us.
I mean, I'm not going to disobey a dragon god.
No.
Mm-mm.
A wise choice. So, the next port of call then is to go and hire an airship.
Hire, steal, kind of the same realm.
No, they're very different.
Or
Speaking as Rex, he's like, he's got a point though. We just don't give any money over.
See, he gets it.
But
Or
I agree with the other little. I also agree with Effa that we shouldn't be stealing things, Das.
I'm a pirate. What do you expect me to do?
Not take other people's things.
Okay.
Or we could get directions. I could wild shape into a giant eagle. Eppa could cast enlarge. I could carry everybody.
That only lasts for a minute. It doesn't. Do you know how long I get? I'm going to need to start really working on things to make sure that lasts longer.
Which is all the more reason why we should steal an airship. We don't lose anything financially wise. Sure, we may have a lot of angry people after us, but we got people who can turn into animals and cast big old fireballs that can turn people into skeletons. I mean, what's not to love about that plan?
Das, I'm just going to ask you 2 fundamental questions.
Go on.
How do normal ships float in water?
DM, as a player, I am not good. I am not well versed enough in the realms of boats to know. Like, I'm guessing wind. Like,
They
And
float
the
because of
buoyancy as
buoyancy.
well, yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking for buoyancy. I am looking for buoyancy as the
yeah.
answer.
Yeah, to be fair,
They also felt very Das.
Yeah, to be fair,
I'm not quite sure about this.
yeah, like, to be fair, I can imagine Das going like, actually, do you know how ships float in water or anything?
Oh god, I just realised Das could make the whole duck argument, couldn't he?
Oh yeah. What, like ducks floating on water?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Yeah.
you must have seen Monty Python and the Holy Grail. Or at least the whole bit regarding the scales. You know, she's a witch. How do you know she's a witch?
Because she floats.
She turned me in.
Yeah.
She turned me into a newt. Well, I got better.
Yeah, exactly. That whole thing. The reason that she must float the same as a duck because she floats.
Yeah.
Das would be arguing that no, boats float because they weigh the same amount as a duck.
Yeah.
Regardless of the ship size, it could be a full-on
regardless of the
ironclad
ship
dreadnought.
size.
It weighs the same as a duck.
It'll weigh the same as a duck.
You know what? That's closer than I thought it was going to be. But basically, yes, boats in water are light. Do you know how those float? Because I'm going to bet that if those run out of those little crackly rocks and Ebba just tosses his little sample towards Das, they're going to go falling forever. I don't know about you. The last time I felt forever, I landed face first in a field of grass.
I mean, it's a miracle that you didn't splatter into a gooey mess, but it's
There
quite
aren't
a
going to
miracle
be.
that we didn't splatter into gooey
There's not going to be divine weirdness this time. There's something at the bottom of the plane of air. We're gonna go splat. And if we can't go into port to buy shiny electric rock, we're gonna end up doing that.
Which is all the more reason why we steal an airship that already has the shiny electric rock to float in the air and do whatever it is that we're planning on doing.
Evan just sort of grabs Das by the shoulders. Until the ship runs out of the electric rocket, we can't then go to port to buy more!
Oh god.
Never in all my days have I seen two halves of the same coin argue with each other. All the good and the chaotic evil now finally have a long discussion about their choices in life. Oh, I also want a hero for to just make that a scene.
Oh god.
Just a little kobold wizard in a floppy hat shaking a kobold pirate.
Yeah.
Oh god. Oh, my stomach actually hurts. My stomach actually hurts.
Your stomach hurts, my face hurts, I'm smiling too hard. Oh.
Which is all the more reason to not only steal the airship, but to also steal the electric rocks that make the airship float. The stealing on this occasion is the answer.
Can't we just go and ask someone if we can borrow their ship?
Please, before I
Let's
throw
do
it
the smart elf.
Please, please, before I blow him off a city.
It'd be an interesting way of finding out that the planet there just keeps looping forever.
Oh god, that's just this unending scream.
Yep.
God.
For those that played it, Minecraft Skyblock, or more actually the Sky Factory mod, so it does infinitely loop. It's fun.
Is everyone okay now?
Yes, we all back from nearly dying and laughing. Oh, the weasels from Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Actually got a bit warm from that. Whew. Anyway,
Yeah.
so you guys make your way down to the docks. There are several ships loading up with cargo and fuel ready to head out. There is a captain who has a small vessel. It is only 4 sails, but about equivalent to the size of the cargo ship you were on initially.
Weak.
This thing is the fastest ship we have around here.
Is it now?
Yeah.
When I say week, I mean like 7 days a week, like keep on going kind of thing.
Oh,
like,
you want to rent it for a week?
Yes. Well, maybe more than a week, but I mean, we'll start with a week and then maybe kind of go from there.
Is there anybody amongst you who can speak better common than the little one?
Most of us.
Okay. Okay. Apart from the small hyperactive child, where do you guys want to go with my boat? Because a week is a measure of time, not distance or location.
Do you know of the ruins of a storm giant's palace?
I know of several. There's one not too far away. It's about a couple of hours. It's on our way for the next trade we're doing. I'm more than happy to take you.
That would be amazing. Thank you.
Certainly. If you've got anything willing to trade for it, then we'll happily take it. Whether that be, gold, shiny rocks.
Oh god, what do we have?
Sure, we got some stuff kicking around, haven't we?
Yes, let me dive into the bag of holding, which I have had on me the entire time.
Just got the image of Das putting down the bag of holding and literally just Bugs Bunny diving in.
Yeah.
Just random stuff comes flying out.
Fling, fling, fling.
Literally a kitchen sink that just bangs and bounces on the floor and goes into the water.
No one knows where the kitchen sink
Well, it's
came
not
from.
water, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, it just rolls off the dockside. Even everyone's like, "When did we get a kitchen sink?"
Oh,
And
that's
the
gonna
kid-
ruin,
the
that's gonna ruin
kitchen-
someone's day.
The kitchen sink will reappear at a later time. Persephone seeds. I see them in my inventory and vaguely remember.
I forgot about those.
Sesame
Wait,
seeds.
Was it before you give away
That's-
crazy valuable things?
Oh, I'm not. No, I'm not giving them away. I'm just.
Though the DM forgot about them.
So did the player.
Have you done any healing spells since you picked those up?
Oh, probably. It is Das.
What is that?
No, hold on. No, I'm going to argue the toss with this. If anyone has been healed multiple times, it's Rex. Rex was the one that's been constantly falling unconscious and dying, not Das. Das has been actually a pretty strategic guy when it comes to dodging near-death situations. Don't you pin this one on Das, thank you very much.
I would even support that. That it's been mostly Rex that's been taking hits and going down.
Thank you.
I think honestly, I think
Mostly by his
actually
own
down,
hand. But
I think the down count is actually Rex then Eppa. I don't think anyone else in the party, since Eppa joined the party, has been knocked unconscious.
exactly.
I have done healing spells, but it's mainly through the staff.
It would still count towards something regarding those seats. I had a note in the back of my mind to like constantly keep track of them because something fun will happen when they run out.
Do we all die?
No.
Oh, there went the 6th seed. Time to roll a new party.
Anyway, would this fine sailor accept some rock feathers? Because I have 3 quality rock feathers.
I'll take those for a short journey. I need something to make my hat look more fancy. Saves me plucking out my own tail feathers.
I mean, these are, like, top-notch rock feathers. So maybe not a hat, but you know what? They're your feathers. If that goes,
the
have
three
them
of
back.
them in his tricorn hat.
You see the big purple bunny over there? Yeah, he broke his legs for those feathers.
Might I suggest he doesn't jump up to get them next time?
Wise words.
You try-
Wise words. Indeed.
You try stopping a big purple bunny. When a big purple bunny wants to do what a big purple bunny's gonna do.
I
Big
find that
purple-
fairly easy to be fair.
I don't know why that started turning into Bad Boys in my head.
Bad boys.
Turning into what?
Boys.
Bad Boys, the song.
What you gonna
Oh.
do when they come for you?
My chaos kindred spirit knows exactly what I was going for that.
Exactly. See, like us kobolds have great taste in music.
Or at least the same. Oh dear, oh dear.
Oh dear, oh dear.
So it's on the ship?
You guys can
Yeah.
happily gain passage with 3 rock feathers. And after a couple of hours journey, you arrive at a ruined... Well, at one point you would certainly agree it was a palace. But clearly the Elder Tempest has been by and has taken entire chunks out of this place. There are whole wings that are just floating... as if they would still be attached, but just, with that massive gap still remaining. Parts of the roof are missing. And this place has certainly seen better days. The captain brings the airship in close, lowers a rope ladder for you all to disembark. And I need you all on this map.
Just before we leave, we were having a little discussion about buoyancy for flying ships. How do you not just fall? Is it always the engine?
Or do they weigh the same weight as a duck?
Like, as those words come out of his mouth, Eppa just closes his eyes, like an you know, like when a mother is exhausted at their children.
Yeah, like rubbing your temples. Just like, here we go again.
It exactly is the function of a rubber duck.
A rubber duck.
Hey, I have a rubber duck that I use quite regularly for my job.
Rubber ducky, you're the one.
I don't know if I don't know if this will turn up for the stream, but for the group, I got a little rubber duck.
Is it your nice shining armor?
Yes.
Is it a stress? Is it like a little stress ball? In the shape of a duck?
If I can't figure out something when I'm programming, I explain the problem to the duck, and normally that means that I figure out what I've missed. It's unironically a programming practice. Because normally you just grab somebody else and waste their time, as you realise as you walk through it to explain it to somebody else what went wrong.
Yeah.
To explain to a duck.
That's fair enough. Anyway. No, you see, so I can't explain it, and he takes you below decks to the cargo bay / engine room, and you can see they have 4 furnaces which they're loading thorium into. And their chief engineer goes on that length, this all just bores you and you sway, it just becomes white noise. But for Eppa, it's like he fully breaks down like thorium and it goes through a heated reaction with itself. It breaks down into subarchaic particles and then they further break down into almost like the arcane equivalent of protons, neutrons and electrons, and like that discharge elevates the ship. So even if you run out of fuel, there's a couple of hours left of elevation, so you can just get to land somewhere to moor up. And that generally will stop you falling.
But if you run out of fuel and you're far enough away from anything, you will just fall for all of eternity.
Yes, and you become a wreck. We're not quite sure where they end up. Just below.
Thank you for clarifying that. See? We always need access to fuel.
So what you're saying is that in order for the ships to float, you have to feed several ducks into the ship in order for it to stay afloat. Gotcha.
I mean, if we're looking at that way, yes, we have to feed it ducks for it to fly.
Note to self. Start buying ducks. Start raiding ponds.
Oh no.
Eppa does just walk out, like, head in his claws.
Oh dear.
I solemnly swear this isn't my fault. I solemnly swear this isn't my fault. He was like this when they found me. This isn't my fault.
And part of me is tempted to be like yeah, just Eppa just gets a telepathic message from Das that are you alright there? You look as though you got a headache.
Yes. Yes, I do. And she continues walking back to the deck to everybody else off the ship.
So anyway, with that aside done, you will find yourself out on a rocky ledge. Before you is a 40-foot tall and 40-foot wide arched door. Emblazoned in it in a dwarven script, which I don't know, can anybody read dwarven?
I can.
Okay then. You can quite happily read it as...
I think Rex can as well.
I believe so, but in any case, those of you that can read and understand Dwarvish, they just point out that this is the house of the Storm Guards.
So the door is most certainly not ajar.
No, it's certainly closed.
Aelin will cast Detect Magic.
How far does Detect Magic go? 30 feet. You
And
detect
she'll
no magic.
she'll keep it up for the duration.
Okay, for the time being, no, you detect no magic.
You know who the
Apart
storm...
from those with magical items and magical abilities around you.
Would we know what the Storm Guards were? That seems like a very prominent name.
Go ahead and make a history check.
Okay, doke. Ooh, it exploded onto the screen to a 9.
Oh,
Oh wow. Oh, that actually just roars forever. That is a very loud dice.
yes.
Yeah.
The best you can make out, Storm Guards, just sounds like a family name. Might even be a group.
Might be a
They
boy
guard
band.
storms, apparently, so they did a really poor job.
Yeah, stupid storm guards is supposed to do their job.
There aren't
This
any
is why we
storm-
can't have nice things.
I mean, in fairness, I don't see any storms nearby for them to guard. Or is that too literal? Maybe there are storms that guard things.
To be fair, as you guys have been sailing around, there's like a constant swirling storm towards what would be like the middle of the plane that you can always keep an eye on.
Wasn't that the thing that was referred to as like the Titan of this plane? Or is that something altogether different?
No, it's about a similar kind of thing to the Titan of the plane.
Unless anyone's going to stop him, Eppa's going to knock.
You knock on the door, you get no answer. At this point, though, the wind does begin to pick up.
Das will try knocking on the door. And he'll add shouting, so, hello! Any storm guards here? Anyone home?
You get no response.
Well, usually that works.
I think it's pretty good to just open it.
Can we just open the door? Yeah.
Yeah?
His tiny wizard hands tries to push the door open.
Mm.
It's a giant 40-foot tall door. I think the only one who can push it open is Rex. Unless the hinges are well oiled.
They're not well oiled. It does take like almost all of you to get the door just to budge open. It brings you into a small foyer. Before you stands a smaller door, and there's a smaller door to your left as well. On a wall for orientation to your right, there is a mural that depicts storm giants, winged humanoid creatures, all dealing with what looks like the Elder Tempest and shackling it to the centre of the plane.
Anything come up on her detect magic spell?
You get something faint through this door, but it is very faint. It's almost like the door is so just thick enough to start blocking and you're getting some interference.
What kind of magic?
A very strong enchantment.
Well, Aelin will tell everybody through that door there's something giving off some heavy magical vibes.
That makes
Shall
sense.
we check it out?
I mean, yeah. Although, one second. Just from the mural, what are they binding the Elder Tempest with?
Just seems to be magic.
Just raw magic, not like magic chains or anything like that.
No.
Okay.
No, not quite a whole riffing of Age of Sigmar. Not that mad. Also, that is playing from the wrong screen. We don't want to be doing that.
Buddy.
I mean, if you wanna, I mean, heck, we're here. We might as well get as much treasure as possible.
And ducks.
What's the word?
Buddy.
What is your obsession with ducks?
Because they are the perfect beings that can float on water.
But we're in the sky. We're in air.
Ducks can fly. Like, maybe not as well as some other birds, but ducks can fly.
At which point Rex moves forward and is like, so do you want me to open the door?
Please.
I heard the DuckTales theme in my head.
Okay.
Without missing a beat.
Yeah.
Inside this chamber, you can see that the top left wall and the corner is like completely collapsed from something caving in through the side. You can see into the next room, which we'll get into in a minute. In this chamber, though, sitting central is a large altar. At the foot of it sits a humanoid figure. In a meditative pose, his legs crossed, his arms, his hands, knuckles back to back, draped in blue rags which have seen the batterings of time. And behind him on an altar you can see what looks like a blue cloak being held down by an old rusty short sword.
What race is this character? Is this person?
Looking over
Is
it,
he
it
human?
appears to be a human, yeah.
Does this human look to be alive or just very, very dead?
Oh, very dead.
Cool.
Nah, see,
it's
I'm
gonna
thinking.
the only way to best describe him is he is mummified, but he's not like wrapped in bandages. He's like very dry jerky would be the best way of describing his look.
Oh, like the Peruvian mummies.
Yeah. I was going to go with the Sheikah monks in Breath of the Wild. Because that's the only image my brain was pulling. But yes, also like Peruvian monks.
Is the magical aura coming from him?
It is not coming from him, it is coming from the cloak on the altar, which is beginning to pick up a bit in these strong winds. It is at this point I would like everyone to make a strength saving throw for me.
Oh boy.
Oh, shit.
Das is gonna like fall off a cliff. Yep,
As
he's
the
gonna
wind
fall.
literally just comes barreling through.
Ah!
An 18! Tiny little wizard claws!
Oh no.
Do you want me to roll yours, Christy?
Yeah, because it's going to take ages to load.
No worries. So for Tink. Rolls an 11.
Yeah, I'm going to be so messed up.
And then for Rex.
Oh, I rolled a strength check,
no.
didn't I? Oh, I think I rolled a strength check. Yeah,
Yes, you
I
did.
did.
You don't roll
I'm
a strength
dumb.
save.
Okay.
Roll me a save. So far.
Well,
Rex
it's a 2 regardless, so...
Oh god.
Alright
Am I gonna have to reaction cast telekinesis to stop everyone dying? God.
Alright, so.
Okay. That's much safer.
Yeah, that's it about thing. The only person that's going to take any damage from this is Rex from the smack he takes into the wall.
And not me with a 2?
You don't hit anything, ergo you don't take any damage.
I don't hear anything?
No, you don't hit anything.
Oh.
You're literally blown away from the edge.
Oh, I thought I'd hit Eppa from that angle, but no, that's fine.
Just
Eppa
ninja
just
dodge.
Yeah, Eppa just ninja dodges.
Yeah, rushes in and will take damage because he smacks. He's
Handy
like
dodge
full on
combined.
smacks the wall. It's like, ah, that stung a bit. Ow. But yes, it is the cloak that is radiating a very strong magic.
Aelin,
Yes.
you're doing the whole magic sight thing, right?
Uh-huh. That cloak is radiating enchantment magic.
Okay, give me a second. Excuse me. And he sort of just like shuffles into the lap of the now desiccated mummy, because he needs somewhere to sit down, and he is going to start ritual casting Identify on the cloak.
Okay.
That mummy hugs you, I'm gonna laugh so hard.
I am going to take an interest in the rusty short sword.
As you pick up the short sword, Das, it is not rusty. You can actually brush off the top layer of rust.
Oh, don't tell me I'm gonna touch another cursed sword.
You have a +2 short sword.
Ace.
The cloak, meanwhile, as Eppa sits there and does Identify, as you sit there and ritually begin to cast and inspect it, this is a very powerful magical item. This is an artifact that has not seen the light of day for many years. You have come across Azulon's wing.
Oh, snap.
What the fudge
What?
is that?
Yeah,
It is
exactly.
a cloak, which when you are attuned to it, gives you some benefits. I need to find my original stat card and explain what it does.
I vaguely remember what it does.
No, but someone had it all the way unlocked. They had full power of this thing. For now, I believe it is just giving you +2 to your saves whilst you are attuned to it. But it's not like a full, body length cloak. It is like, when you go to put it on, it's got like a clasp which comes round and it's like 2 dragon claws that interlock. It has a hood, and then the actual cloak bit is only wide enough to pull out to one arm.
Eppa's just going to indulge himself. He's going to take his little straw hat off. Or technically the other hat, because he did buy a second hat ages ago, but I think we've just stuck with him wearing the straw hat all this time. Takes a straw hat off, passes it to Das.
Yeah. Das will
Put-
put the
put
straw
the-
hat on top of his pirate's hat.
I meant for to put it in the bag. And he's doing this whilst he puts the cloak on. How do I look? This cloak is far too big for me, isn't it?
It shrinks to fit your size. It initially is like too big. It's almost like full on Robin wearing the Batman cape, but then it shrinks down and it's like, oh, this is awesome. But when you do furl the cape out to its full length, you notice that it does have the fingers that would indicate a dragon's like wing. It's pretty dope.
Can I keep it? I mean, look at this. Oh, this. Oh wait, I should probably. Sorry, yeah. I haven't. I don't know how the identify spell works in this setting. So he will explain what it is now that he's had the moment of, oh wait, yeah, I've not said what it is
basically
yet.
with the identify, you basically just sit there, letting the magic of the item speak to you, and that's how you've learnt what it's called itself and how it basically functions, and you're aware that it will have extra things as a level up bonus. What those things are, it's not telling you.
Oh. Okay, it's keeping secrets for now. Which I will share. When I find out. But are you guys okay if I use this for now? I think I look quite dashing.
No, don't worry about it. I have a sword. It's a great sword. It's a short sword, but it's a.
It's just a great sword. It's an alright sword.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, images. Yeah, I'm guessing I can find that in the magic items thing on D&D Beyond and add it.
I haven't had it on there for a while. I need to go back and make sure it's all there.
Okay, cool.
But for the meantime, it just basically acts like a cloak of protection.
Cool. I definitely know what that means. I'm loading that up now. Oh, sweet.
Cool. I believe it was +2 to your saves.
I want to say +2 to your armor class or +2 to your saving throws, possibly.
So cloak of protection normally is +1 to AC and saving throws.
Yeah.
Are you saying this is just that, but +2 instead?
Yeah, but you don't get the plus to AC. It's only +2 to your saves for the time being.
Okay, cool. Oh my god, my tiny little kobold man is gonna die so much less. Has anyone had a look across the hole? It looks like some maps over there.
Well, of course, there's not any maps because Forgotten Adventures don't have a great paper pile at the minute in their library of stuff. But across the way, you can see several tables. Most of the paperwork is being held down by a lot of paperweights, and it's just bits of papers that have been blown around.
Oh, how do the long jump rules work again?
I believe that you can jump as long as.
I don't know. The DM needs to go look it up. So
when you make a long jump, you cover a number of feet up to your strength score. If you move at least 10 feet on foot immediately before the jump. When you make a standing long jump, you're going to only go half that distance. So even Eppa, I think, just about make that corner. Not the long gap, just the corner.
I mean, the buddy can give you a hand and jump straight across.
There's twice in the last few days I've been able to make this quote.
Uppies.
Toss me, but don't tell the elf.
You're gonna ask for uppies to go over there, aren't you?
I say, you can just drop me around the corner. I think you can basically just lean round. Ah.
Uppies, please.
That wouldn't be from there to there, it'd be more like there to there, but you know what I mean. Rabbit hop.
I love the bizarre juxtaposition of tiny, powerful wizard with firearms and kobold who's willing to have no shame and just say uppies.
Yep.
This is a kobold with ADHD.
It is a kobold with a gun. He has no fear of anything.
Come on, buddy.
He has portable explosive courage in his hands.
And a gun.
Hi.
But anyway, I should
Keep it
move
up.
all into the stream for the sake of convenience. So yeah, scattered on this table are a whole series of odds and ends of paperwork. A lot of them seem to be very administrative in nature. It is like bits of information on trade deals, crop yields, routes that ships have been taking through the area. You do get a map of the actual airplane as a whole, which is as a handout.
Ooh. That is very useful.
Yep. And it's a JPEG, not a PDF, so it shouldn't take forever and a day to upload.
Hey!
Because it's a reasonable size. It's an A4, not an A2.
Hooray.
So we were near Aura, correct?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
And you can see, like, the general gist of it is, like, there is a central temple, but it's surrounded by a colossal storm that occasionally has a couple of gaps in it that you could scoot on through. And ships tend to use that as their way of navigating, if you will.
And where are we on this map?
I imagine somewhere near the southwest.
Yeah, somewhere towards the southwesty bit of Aura. Well, southeasty bit of Aura. There are several small islands which aren't mapped, and you notice that you're one of them.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I saw where Aura was, but I wasn't sure if the ruins were on one of those floating islands or not. Or no.
They are, but this one isn't mapped. It's not marked, but you can happily mark it if you wish. Anyways, you also find, though, underneath the table, just poking out, a small sealed letter.
I'm just looking at the shelves, don't mind me. Or whatever these are.
There are shelves full of general clutter and odds and ends.
Alright. Yeah, just chucking them right.
Yeah.
Junk.
I was going to say, the inner D&D, well, kleptomaniac player in me is like, well, it's feather trash.
Who's
Bang it for
who is the letter addressed to?
The letter is not addressed to anyone. It is sealed with a wax seal.
Is it radiating magic?
It is not radiating magic, but you do recognize it, Aileen.
It
is sealed with the symbol of Olympus.
Oh. She will open it.
You crack open the seal and twirl it open. It is addressed to a Lord Stormguard. And the letter goes into detail about, I'm reaching out to you as the king of the gods of Mount Olympus, god of storms and sky. And it's basically Zeus pontificating for about 2 paragraphs. When you get to the final bit, he lays out his proposal, blunt as a hammer, of just submit and join my side in an upcoming conflict, and this Elder Tempest problem goes away.
Okay.
Is the letter dated?
It is not dated.
Yeah, just
But if you had to put a date on it, judging by the state of the paper, within a couple of months.
So, wait, that would suggest that people have been operating with this in this temple recently.
and the ruins look far older than a couple of months, don't they?
The building itself is clearly older than a couple of months. The damage itself, you don't know how long the damage has been here. Because the denizens of the airplane are used to the Elder Tempest coming in and just... kind of like how people in America are used to tornadoes and hurricanes. You just get used to them every now and again.
Yeah.
Bit of a weird way of putting it, but it's the only way it comes to mind. You know when it's going to pick up, you know when it's going to die down, you know there was a whole thing to go through. But
yeah, it's a hurricane party.
Yeah. But obviously, as was explained last time, the Elder Tempest has gotten from being just, oh, here we go again, to, oh, it's now taking out entire cities and not stopping. It's becoming quite an issue. Something's pissed it off.
I don't know, who did Zeus fuck that, this Elder Tempest?
Might have been the Elder Tempest.
Or the Elder Tempest spouse. Because, like, 99% of Greek mythology would never have happened had Zeus just kept it in his pants.
Mm-hmm.
This is what I mean. Zeus has screwed the Elder Tempest. It's angry.
This entire arc ends with us giving the Elder Tempest therapy. It's like, you're better than he is. You just got to move past him. There will be other birds in the sky.
Birds of a feather flock together.
What are on these two tables that Das and Epper are standing near? Or Das and Aelin?
They're just shells covered with. Well, they did have stuff on until the wind picks up and has blown some of it around. It seems to be like a couple of large pewter plates and cutlery and whatnot. Hence my whole joke of, oh, it's all vendor trash, just bag of holding on the side and just shove it all in.
So give Das ideas. That's how we wound up with the kitchens.
Next merchant you see, oh no, it's only going to cost me a copper to give this to you. Here's 2,000 of them. There you go. Break game
I'm pretty sure
economies.
that's how the kitchen sink wound up in there.
That's probably how it did, yeah.
And the kitchen sink will reappear again at some random time.
It will.
Yeah.
We don't know when, but it will.
Was there anything else on the table with all these paperweights? Whilst these two are rummaging letters and shelving.
Not really, just more maps and details and things like that. So you got maps for all the cities and the airplane. Another one of the maps is of the airplane itself, and it points out various planar rifts that can.
Ooh, definitely stash these then. I will stash these. You kidding me? Maps of Earth planar rifts. That'll be great. Is there any that one? Is there any annotation as to where the rifts appear in other places?
The rifts themselves will take you back to the prime material plane, and it's just literally like north, south, east, west, center.
Of it, okay, yeah.
But they use it more as you can see like they got trade routes, and they're very explicitly marked on someone that was like, we need water, we go here, and this is the route we take. Go this way, come out this way, and then trade that way.
Cool, all those are getting stashed. Shamelessly. Unless there's something interesting in their shower, shall we see if the door's open?
Go on then. Let's
Sure.
have a look.
So, continuing your exploration, I just need to zoom out a bit to reveal the next room. Because it is a large one.
Oh.
It is a large, chunky space.
Chunky space.
Yeah. This next area seems to be the main hallway. Along its walls you can see murals depicting the storm guards doing their, oh, you almost want to say like decades-long service, if not millennia-long, of just keeping the Elder Tempest tempered. You can see they send out small ships, almost like sacrifices, every now and again. You can make out another room further up. A larger, what almost looks like a throne room. Two large stone thrones at the end of a pillared straightaway, where the pillars have long since collapsed and crumbled in recent troubles and strife. And then off to the west side of this map, if you will, you can make out what looks like another part of the building with doors. Two doors, as a matter of fact, just floating. It's really eerie with the strong winds.
Yeah, I'm not going any further alone. I don't want to get blown off everything.
Time to ask for uppies again?
No, I'm just suggesting we all use the buddy system.
familiars don't count as buddies, I guess we're going to be going in one group of 2 and one group of 3.
Are we going to split the party again?
No,
Yeah.
just hold
No,
hands in case you go flying.
Yeah, the Rex is like, yeah, stay together and stay close. In fact, better idea, everyone gather around, and he pulls rope out of his bag and rope ties each of you almost like a mountaineering group. There, now we all can't get separated, but we all have to stay together. If you need to get out, just undo the knot and it comes off your belt. Magic.
Nice.
Oh, good, because I'm not taking any of you to the bathroom with me. I don't like y'all. People have boundaries, man.
That's fine. As you all get to this point, though, and it would be a good point to end the session there, over here, on this westernmost building, floating, you make out a humanoid figure, huge in stature. It would tower over even Rex. Just standing in the rubble, putting bits to a side, loading it into a box, and he looks over and goes, "Oi, what are you doing here?"
Oi! What are you doing here?
No. I was asking you first, what were you doing here?
No. You're doing something unusual, so we're kind of asking you what you're doing here.
I asked you first, and I am the king of this castle. And as he says the word castle, there is like a distinct crack of thunder and a deep rumble. You guys have come across the storm giant, and that's where we're going to end the session.
Hooray!
Do I have that with me? No, it's in my little chest. It's not with me.
Oh no!
I'll explain after the cut.
That's fine. So yes, thank you all for watching. Hope you all have all enjoyed yourselves. Tune in next week for the last session of the year, because Christmas, and I'm not going to have any time to do anything. So yes, next week is the last session. Then we're going to have a break for a bit, and we'll be back all rested and ready for New Year's. Hopefully with a bit of luck. So I hope you all enjoyed joining us for this session. We shall see you all next time for some more Tales of Fumbles and Fortunes. Until then, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.